Cowboys Nation, what's going on? It's Alex back again with another big update for you, and before we jump into this story, I gotta say something real quick because I see the numbers every single day, and hey, race the truth, most of you who watch my videos are not subscribed to the channel. I see you coming back every day, clicking on the updates and joining the conversation, but you still haven't hit that button, so do me a favor. If you love the Cowboys and you don't want to miss any breaking updates, make sure you smash that subscribe button right now and turn on the bell so you never miss when I drop a new video. All right, now let's get into today's major story because this one is really interesting and it could explain a lot about what's going on with this defense. So hey race, what's making noise today? Cowboys defensive tackle Kenny Clark just revealed something that fans have been noticing for a while, but now we're finally hearing it from inside the locker room, and that makes it a whole lot more real because when a player like Clark comes out and talks about what's actually holding the defense back, that's when you know it's serious and not just the media throwing stories around. And what he said really shines a light on the struggles we've been seeing on the field. Now let me tell you why this is such a big deal for us Cowboys fans, because every single season we hear about the defense looking sharp during camp, we hear about Micah Parsons dominating, we hear about the secondary being loaded with talent, we hear about the line getting stronger, but when it comes to game time, there are moments when this defense just doesn't look like itself. It looks like there's something missing, something that stops them from being as dominant as they can be, and now Kenny Clark has put words to that feeling. So what exactly did Clark reveal? He said that one of the biggest things holding this Cowboys defense back is communication and discipline, and I know at first that might sound simple, but if you've been watching football long enough, you know that communication and discipline can be the difference between a defense that looks elite and a defense that gets picked apart on Sundays. Clark basically said that too many times players are not on the same page. Guys are trying to make plays on their own instead of sticking to the scheme, and when that happens, even if you've got the most talented guys on the field, you end up giving away big plays. Now let's pause right here because I want to hear from you, Cowboys Nation. Do you agree with that? Do you think the defense's biggest issue is communication and discipline, or do you think it's something else like coaching or maybe even injuries? Drop your thoughts in the comments below because I read every single one and I want to know how you're feeling about this. All right, let's keep it moving. So hey race, why Clark's words are important. If you look back at the last few games we've played, there were moments where the defense looked unstoppable, like against the Giants, when the pass rush was all over Daniel Jones, or when the secondary locked up receivers and made quarterbacks look scared. But then you also saw drives where it looked like the defense had no idea what was going on. Wide receivers running wide open across the middle, missed tackles, penalties at the worst times, and those little mistakes pile up, and suddenly the defense that looked top 5 in the league suddenly looks average. And that's exactly what Clark is talking about. He's saying the talent is there, the speed is there, the strength is there, but if the communication isn't sharp and the discipline isn't locked in, then it doesn't matter how good the roster looks on paper. Think about it like this. Imagine you've got Micah Parsons lined up ready to blow up the quarterback, but on that same play one of the defensive backs misses his coverage assignment. Suddenly the quarterback has an open man. Micah almost gets the sack, but the ball is out quick and boom, it's a first down instead of a highlight for the Cowboys. That's the difference. One small mistake ruins what could have been a game-changing play, and that's been happening way too often. And hey race, the other thing Clark pointed out, he said sometimes guys are freelancing, and what that means is players are trying to be the hero instead of sticking to the game plan. And I get it, when you're a competitor and you've got the talent, you want to make big plays, but football doesn't work like that. Every position has a job, and if one guy goes off script, it throws off the whole defense, and that's something Dan Quinn, the defensive coordinator, has been preaching for years. But when players start slipping out of that mindset, you see the results on the field. Big plays given up, momentum shifts, and games that should have been wins slipping away. Now, if you've been watching the Cowboys closely, you know this isn't the first time we've heard about these issues. Last season there were games where penalties killed us. There were moments where blown coverages made us shake our heads and wonder what just happened. And now to hear Kenny Clark confirm that it's actually happening inside the locker room tells us this isn't just outside noise, this is real, and the players know it too. So the big question is, can the Cowboys fix this? Because let's be honest, if they can clean up these problems, this defense could easily be the best in the league. I'm talking top ranked, number 1 across the board, because the talent is there. You've got Micah Parsons, who is already one of the scariest defenders in the NFL. You've got Trayvon Diggs when he's healthy, Locking down receivers, you've got guys like DeMarcus Lawrence, who can still wreck plays. You've got young talent and speed everywhere, so the ceiling is high, but the little details like discipline, focus, and communication are what separate good teams from great ones. And let's not forget the playoffs, because that's where these little mistakes become big problems. In the regular season, maybe you can get away with a missed tackle here or a blown coverage there, but when you're playing teams like the 49ers or the Eagles in January, every mistake costs you games, and I don't think any Cowboys fan wants to see another season where we come so close but get knocked out because of small mistakes that could have been fixed in October. Now let me ask you this, Cowboys Nation, do you think Dan Quinn can fix this? Do you believe the coaching staff can lock this defense in and keep them disciplined, or do you think it's on the players themselves to take responsibility and make sure they're doing their jobs? Because at the end of the day, the coaches can talk about it all week, but when the whistle blows, it's the players on the field who have to execute. Let me know what you think. And hey, race, where it gets really interesting, Clark also mentioned that part of the problem is leadership on the field, and I think that's something we don't talk about enough, because every great defense in NFL history has had not just talented players but vocal leaders, guys who make sure everyone knows their assignment, guys who rally the defense when things get tough, guys who don't let the team lose focus. And while the Cowboys definitely have stars, you could argue they still need that one leader on defense who makes sure the communication is always sharp and the discipline is always tight. So Cowboys Nation, as we move forward this season, keep your eye on this issue, because it could be the key to whether or not this team finally makes a deep playoff run. If the defense cleans it up, we could be unstoppable, but if not, we might be looking at the same heartbreak we've seen in the past few years. Alright, that's the update for today. Kenny Clark just gave us a major inside look at what's really going on with the Cowboys defense, and I had to bring it to you because this might be the story that shapes the rest of our season. Now, before I go, do me one last favor. If you enjoyed this video and you want to stay locked in with me all season long, hit that subscribe button right now and join the family, because we're going to be covering every single update, injury news, breaking story, and everything Cowboys related, and trust me, you don't want to miss it. And if you're already subscribed, thank you so much for riding with me. It means the world. That's all for now, Cowboys Nation. It's Alex signing off. We'll be back with more updates real soon, but until then, let me know in the comments how you feel about Clark's comments. Do you think he's right? Do you think this is the biggest problem holding back the defense? I can't wait to see what you have to say. Catch you in the next one.